Look how soft the chicken is and cooked perfectly. Chicken yakhni pulao. Today I'm showing you a recipe for chicken yakhni pulao. One of my family and grandkids' favourite, and I'm sure you will love this recipe as well. So here I've soaked 3 cups of basmati rice. You wash them and soak them when the water is clean, then just soak them for half an hour. And the rest of the ingredients. This is 1.5 medium chicken. I'm not using 2 because in 3 cups that would be too much meat. In this bowl, I've just blended 1 onion, 1 bulb of garlic and a small piece of fresh ginger. So I've blended all that. And that's going to go into the yakhni first with some dried coriander. And these ingredients I'm going to do for when we make the rice for the colour and put everything together then. So that's 2 onions, finely sliced, thinly sliced, 3 chilies, some salt, and in this I've got some cumin and chili flakes and just some bay leaves and 1 cinnamon stick, some oil and some yogurt that also will go in the chicken when we make the rice. So to make the chicken's yakhni, we have to first put the chicken in and some salt. That was 2 tablespoons. I'm going to put 1 in the yakhni and 1 in the rice. And the blended garlic, onion and ginger. 2 tablespoons of dried coriander, that is suki dhania, and just plain, not garam masala, just suki dhania. And to this I'm going to add 4 cups of water because we're going to use the water to cook the rice in later. So I've put 4 cups of water into 1.5 chicken, and we're going to wait for this to boil. And you only need to cook this for 10 minutes when the chicken just changes colour to white, because later it's going to be cooked in the rice as well, and you don't want the chicken to go soft and come off all the bones. So just give it a boil and cook it for 10 minutes. I've just took the lid off and this is boiling, and you can see the chicken's turned white. So I'm just going to leave it for 5 minutes, and I'm just adding the 3 green chilies in. So that is the yakhni ready now after 10 minutes. Oil in the dejka, and I'm just waiting for it to go a bit warm. And I'm just going to add the 2 onions now. Remember all the time when you're making pulao to cut the onions thin and long. That way they turn brown quickly and give you a better colour. So that's 2 large onions. So when you make pulao, if there's 2 to 3 cups of rice, you need 2 onions. If it's 4 cups, 3 onions. So always 1 less than the cup of rice. So I'm making 3 cups of rice, and this is 2 onions that I've put. I don't know the exact time, but how long this will take. But we've got to get them to a glossy dark brown when it's onions all fried, and then we will add the water for the colour for the pulao. Some whole garam masala here, and I'm just going to grind this fresh for the rice. Some people just use like the cinnamon stick and the masalas whole, but I like it better when it's grinded. It gives more flavour, and obviously some children take it out of the rice, so it's nice like this. You can grind the whole masala. So the onions are like medium brown now. They're frying still. I want them a bit darker brown because obviously it depends on what colour you like, but I like a bit of the pulao to be a bit darker brown. So I'm just going to fry them a bit longer now, about 5 minutes, and put water in them. The right colour. So now all the onions have gone dark brown. I'm just putting half a cup of water and then putting the lid on so all the colour can come out of the onions. So just leave this for a few minutes so all the water and onions can go soft and they can get a nice brown colour out. Then we're going to add the chicken first. I'm going to put all the chicken in, draining it from the yakhni and putting it in the onions and oil so it can coat and colour first, and then we're going to put the yakhni and rice in. So I want to show you the nice brown colour that I'm getting over the chicken, and this is because I fried the onions for longer so they can be dark. Sometimes my friends ask me that, how do you get this nice brown colour? And that's because if you fry the onions longer and also measure the amount of cups of rice you have and then cut the onions to that amount. So this was 2 large onions. So first of all, I'm adding a spoon of cumin ziva. This makes it a very nice smell in this, and a few bay leaves, and just 1 stick of cinnamon stick because I've grounded all the masala. And this is optional, but I just like the flavour of it. Just half a spoon of chili flakes. So remember, the chicken yakhni has already got salt in it. So when I'm going to add the water, I will add salt, but I will taste it to see how much it needs. This is the freshly ground garam masala. So to 3 cups of rice, I'm adding 3 spoons. 1, 2, 3. And just to make the chicken more flavoursome, just 1 spoon of fresh yogurt. So the chicken has coated well and got a beautiful brown colour now. So I'm going to add the yakhni water, and the measurements are for basmati rice. Because I have got 3 cups of rice, I'm going to use 5 cups of water, so that way the rice will cook perfectly. I'm using all the yakhni that I made for the rice. So first I'll measure this out. If that is enough, I won't add more water, I'll just use this. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. The yakhni was enough. That was 5 cups of water. So we're just going to leave that till it comes to the boil, and I've added all the masalas, just needed to add salt now before I put the rice in. So now this has come to the boil, I'm adding 1 tablespoon of salt. That will be enough because we added 1 tablespoon in the yakhni as well. But still taste it, it should be quite, the salt in the right now should be very strong because it's got to put 3 cups of rice in here. I'm just adding the rice now to the boiling water of the meat and yakhni. At this stage you shouldn't put the lid on, just leave the lid off so all the water dries up, and when the rice is cooked then we will put it on a dum on low heat. So I think it will take about 10-15 minutes further cooking until all the water's liquids dried up, and then we'll put the rice on the dum. All the water has dried up and I'm going to put this on a dum, so you need a clean dry towel and lid until it all goes dry, and check the rice after about 10-15 minutes if they're cooked through properly, and all the steam will be coming out. So at least 15 minutes this needs on dum. I'm opening the rice after 15 minutes and I've checked it's cooked fine. So this is how they should look after the dum. I'm just serving it in a large dish. So I've just put this in a nice large dish and you can see how beautifully it looks. And try this recipe. I'm sure this will be a winner on any occasion.